Need some coins to that God Squad you've always wanted? Check out mudpacks.com where you guys can open up exciting packs, win tons of mud coins, and withdraw the coins to your account. Use code ZERK for 15% off.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
I'm back again with another Madden 24 Core Elite predictions, and today we're going to be doing wide receivers. I do want to give a shout out to Chase Bear for being a part of the Nota Gang. If you guys want a chance to shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid, make sure you guys are subbed to the channel, turn notification bell on, and comment down below, Nota Gang. Now to be honest, I'm not sure what day this video is going to be getting posted because I am currently on vacation for this reason right here. Alexander Volkanovski, 0.5 significant strike special on Underdog Fantasy. I am going to be at the UFC 290 fights on Saturday, July 8th. And for those of you guys that sign up on Underdog Fantasy, this is the only way to get this special is by using code ZERK, which you guys should have or maybe already did have. And if you guys missed out on this special, make sure you use code ZERK and don't miss out on any more exclusive specials, and it'll also match first deposit up to $100. And before we go any farther, guys, I do want to mention here, this is only going to be the top 10 wide receiver predictions. There are obviously a lot of wide receivers that, get core elites. So some of your guys' favorite wide receivers, whatever, will probably not be on this list, but that's because it's only the top 10. And there's actually a ton of wide receivers specifically that are like 85 plus. Every single player that I have on my list, I believe, is 85 plus overall that I predict they will be. So if there's someone that's like an 84, 83, whatever, not going to be here. But comment them down below. Let's get into this. As I said, guys, this is my top 10 rated wide receivers that I believe will be in Madden 24. But I did want to throw in one honorable mention because it's not that he's not on the top 10 list, or at least 85 overalls, but I expect. But I also have two other receivers that I think are going to get 85 overalls. Essentially, I think there's going to be three for sure that will be 85s. And Devontae, I didn't want to just leave out of this list because I believe he will be an 85 overall. Maybe I'm overranking him a little bit. Maybe he'll just be an 84. But he had a really, really good season. 7 touchdowns, 1,196 yards, and 95 receptions. But the other two players that I believe will be 85 overall that I have officially ranked in the top 10 had slightly better years. Starting off with Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is going to officially be my number 10 wide receiver. I think he is an absolute stud. He had 106 catches, 1,161 yards, and also 6 touchdowns in only 16 games played. So very, very good for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I do believe he'll be an 85. Do I think this card would be really, really good to start off the year? Honestly, Amon-Ra St. Brown cards, they're never really all that crazy, unfortunately so. This game changer card that he had, during the year, this 98 overall, some people really enjoyed it. I actually really liked Amon-Ra St. Brown cards his rookie year. We'll see how good this one will be. Coming in at number 9, I have Jalen Waddle. Again, another wide receiver that I believe will be an 85 overall is Jalen Waddle. 75 catches, so a little bit less on the catches side, but obviously did a lot with those catches, right? 1,356 yards and 8 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, always going to be one of the faster wide receivers in MUT. And honestly, taking a look at the list of other wide receivers I'm about to go over, I feel like Jalen Waddle will likely be a top 3, maybe top 4 speed wide receiver in the game. If he's not like the top speed right there with obviously like Tyreek Hill, I think he might be like 1 speed less. Could be a very, very good card. Starting off my 86 overalls, coming in at wide receiver number 8, I have CeeDee Lamb, who had over 100 catches, 107 to be exact, 1,359 yards, and 9 touchdowns. And I gotta say this as well, if CeeDee Lamb is in fact an 86 overall, I don't see how he's not 85 or 86 overall to start off Madden 24. This card's gonna be really, really good. If you guys remember at the beginning of the year with the Field Pass free CeeDee Lamb card that was out, the card was just crazy, all right? If you're a Cowboys hater, you can say that. It's fine. But CeeDee Lamb cards play exceptionally well. Amazing out of the slot, 6'2", great after the catch. It's just a really, really fun card to use. The CeeDee Lamb cards, they just play really good for me. And I'm very excited for CeeDee to start off Madden 24. And I think he'll be an 86. Another wide receiver that I think will be an 86 overall is Jamar Chase. Now, following his rookie season, which is why he got this 86 overall, he had 1,455 yards and and 13 TDs. Now this year, he only had 1,046 yards and 9 touchdowns, but that's because he only played in 12 games. So Ja'Marr Chase obviously had a little bit of an injury situation going on this year. I don't really think EA is going to hold that against him at all. I think he's going to remain at 86 overall. I'd be very shocked if he went down. And yet another wide receiver and another NFC East wide receiver that I think is going to be an 86 overall is AJ Brown. He came into this year with an 85 overall core lead, and I think he's going to get a nice bump up to an 86. He did have 88 catches, 1,496 yards, and 11 touchdowns, and obviously so helped out that Eagles offense really get going. I think him, Ja'Marr Chase, and CeeDee Lamb will all be 86s. I know some people might want to argue with me on this one and say that Stefon Diggs should be an 87 overall, but I gotta say this, they're just straight up will not be that many 87 and 88 overalls when it comes to these higher overalls per position. They just don't do that. EA will not do that here. So yes, my final 86 overall in the fourth 86 overall receiver that I think we will see is Stefon Diggs. He had 1,429 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 108 catches. He had an 85 overall coming into this year. I think he's going to get a bump up to 86. So yes, I do think we will have 4 86s. Spoiler here, like I said, he is my wide receiver 5. I don't think we're going to see 4 87s. Now, another player that unfortunately so had some injury issues is Cooper Kupp. Now, still, I have him at my wide receiver 4 at an 87 overall. I do think he's going to come down from an 88 to an 87 overall. He only played in 9 games this year, still had 75 catches in 9 games, which is just ridiculous. 812 yards and also 6 touchdowns. He was definitely on pace to have another just historical season, but because he didn't get injured there, cut his season a little bit short, I don't think he's going to be an 88 overall. I think he's going to come slightly down to an 87. And another wide receiver that I think is going to be an 87 overall and staying at their current overall they came into Madden 23 with is Davante Adams. Now, Davante had a monster year, 100 catches, 1,516 yards, and 14 touchdowns, obviously showing that he is still one of the absolute best wide receivers in the NFL. You could even make the argument that maybe Davante Adams should be an 88, but when it comes to these positions, again, it's very rare that we have 2 88 overall players at one position. If you guys maybe saw the quarterback video, you know I did actually have 2 88s there, but that's just super, super rare. And Davante, as much of a stud as he is, his stats are very, very similar to what he did coming into Madden 23 that earned him this 87 overall. The only difference is he had 3 more touchdowns, actually had 23 less catches in 1 more game and had 17 less yards. I think he stays at 87. And another wide receiver that I think is going to be staying at an 87 overall is Tyreek Hill. He had 1,710 yards, 7 TDs, and 119 catches. Proved a lot of people wrong that thought he would not be good with Tua throwing in the football instead of Patrick Mahomes. But Tyreek Hill absolutely balled out. Should be the fastest wide receiver, obviously so, to start off Madden 24. But I don't think he's going to be an 88. I think he's going to stay at 87. And that's because I feel like the only wide receiver that we should see getting an 88 overall is Justin Jefferson. This man had 1,809 yards, 128 catches, and 8 touchdowns. So I think Justin Jefferson definitely has proven himself, at least in my opinion, to be the best wide receiver in the NFL. Had an 86 overall coming into Madden 24, which was obviously a nice little jump up from his previous overall. And as I said, you know, EA, they don't like to give these huge jumps in overalls to, you know, receivers instantly. Jefferson easily could have been an 87 coming into Madden 23, but he was only an 86. Now that he's proved it again and actually improved on the stats that got him an 86 overall, I do believe that he is going to be an 88 overall to start off Madden 24. So with that being said, guys, those are my core elite wide receiver predictions, my top 10, and as I said, an honorable mention there as well to Devontae Smith. But with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like on it, hit that sub button down below. Let me know who else you guys think will receive a core elite wide receiver in Madden 24. And if you guys enjoyed this video, check out these.